When we see how others are handling situations, we may not be as patient as we'd like to be. That's what happens to Neeta and Jade in the following dramatization. How do they learn to be more patient with each other?
You're late. I said you're late.
Sorry.
You work here now?
Yeah, just a few weeks.
You look great.
What can I get you?
I tried texting, you know, after you ended it.
Chai latte. That was your favourite.
Jade, you were my favourite.
Ollie, you know why I had to...
I know. But I want to study your religion. Yeah, that's what I texted.
Well, I got a new phone and I didn't see them.
Okay, but how about I leave you my number and we can meet up? Come on.
And that's when you walked away. Tell me you walked away.
Ooh, it looks like Neeta isn't happy with Jade's encounter with her ex. Wonder why that is. Anyway, we're watching the latest installment in the Jade and Neeta saga. This has the theme, cultivate patience. But as we're going to see, the story that's unfolding has very little to do with patience. It's actually more to do with Jade's love life, quite frankly, and the extent to which the Jehovah's Witness religion gets a say in it. That's ultimately what this is about. It's another perfect example of Jehovah's Witnesses giving you a theme and then working in all sorts of sub-themes that are really the main theme. In other words, what you have is a hidden message. They're asking you to trust them, that it's just like a positive, upbuilding video about how brilliant patience is, when really this has nothing to do with cultivating patience and everything to do with cultivating subservience and sexual repression.
Tell me you walked away.
He gave me his number.
What? No. Jade?
He said he wants to study.
Yeah, he wants to study you.
We can't read hearts.
I think I can read yours.
He was sweet. And if he wants to know the truth...
I can't even believe this. What does it say?
It says low battery.
No. Not that. This. 2 Corinthians 6:14.
Do not become unevenly yoked with unbelievers. There was no yoking. I haven't yoked.
But this opens the door to the yoke.
I'm not stupid. You act like I don't know this.
No, you act like you don't know this.
That's a lot of backstory.
You asked what happened.
I thought you sum it up in a word or something.
Anyway, now you know.
So, how are you gonna call him then?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I don't think it's religion that he's interested in.
I could have told you that.
Well, I think this particular episode may just have saved the entire Jade and Neeta franchise. What we had was these two characters brought back from being used in a series of convention dramatizations, brought back so that they could more thoroughly show Jehovah's Witnesses how to indoctrinate others and retain their own indoctrination. That's what ultimately all this is about. It's utterly infuriating from that perspective, but at least this particular episode has given us this amazing piece of dialogue.
I haven't yoked.
But this opens the door to the yoke.
There was no yoking. I haven't yoked. But this opens the door to the yoke. Wow, that blew my mind. That is some epic writing. Pats on the back all round. JW.org writing department. But jokes aside, when they're talking about yoking, obviously it has nothing to do with egg yolks. This is all to do with the yoke as in agriculture and cattle and putting a yoke on bulls or horses or whatever. This is to do with being tied down in a relationship. Do not become unevenly yoked with unbelievers is a verse that Jehovah's Witnesses use to further the culture of sexual repression. It's one of many areas in which young Jehovah's Witnesses have their private lives policed and controlled and manipulated and molded to the point where it affects them on a deep and profound level. Jade hasn't grown up with this. She has inexplicably signed up to it, albeit through a process that involved no small amount of deception. She signed up to the Jehovah's Witness belief system with all of its bells and whistles, with all of its control and all of its manipulation. And a huge part of being a Jehovah's Witness is having your love life controlled so that you don't get to make certain basic decisions about who you get into relationships with. You're obviously not allowed to get into gay relationships. You're not allowed to be gay or homosexual or bisexual. You have to be straight, or at least pretend to be straight. You're not allowed to have sex outside of marriage, regardless of whether you're having sex with a consenting adult. It has to be someone that you're married to. And it also, as we're seeing here, has to be a fellow believer, has to be a Jehovah's Witness. I wonder if Neeta explained that to Jade in her first few attempts at recruiting her into the organisation. Would you like to join our organization, Jade, which polices your love life, tells you who you are allowed to love and not love, tells you whether you can be gay or straight, and tells you that you can only be in a relationship with fellow Jehovah's Witnesses. I wonder if that was part of the sales pitch. Somehow, I doubt it.
I made you a cup.
Thanks. You're amazing.
Listen, I'm sorry. I know I came on strong.
No, you were right.
But I could have been more patient. I reacted too quickly. I know you know what the right thing to do is. I should have given you more time to talk it out.
I called Brother Davies and gave him the background and said if he's really interested, he'll have a study. Then I deleted Ollie's number.
I knew it. I knew you'd do the right thing.
Well, sometimes. But I should have been more patient. And I should have heard you out. It's just not what I wanted to hear in the moment.
So we're good?
Always. No more apologising till I finish this coffee. It's too painful. It's so nice.
It's Keisha's.
She's so good.
Haven't we enjoyed the journey of Neeta and Jade? From when they first appeared in our convention videos up to these latest episodes, they've encountered situations we can all relate to. Jade, progressing from Bible student to Bible teacher, learning to reject falsehoods about Jehovah's people, and refining qualities like patience. Neeta has grown as a disciple maker and as a caring spiritual sister. The encouraging lesson for us? Keep growing as a spiritual person.
And when he says keep growing as a spiritual person, I think what he means is keep allowing yourself to be controlled in every aspect of your life. That's, again, what this installment of the Jade and Neeta saga has been all about. I'm not completely sure, by the way, what that little piece there from William Turner about how appreciative everyone should be regarding the Jade and Neeta series, I'm not completely sure what it was all about. It was almost as though it was a farewell. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Part of me hopes that they continue the series because it just makes the control and the manipulation so blatant and so out there for all to see. But the way he spoke in the past tense, haven't we enjoyed, just seemed to indicate to me that maybe this might have been the last installment, or the episodes may be winding down. Who knows? I guess we'll see in future JW Broadcasting episodes. But what a rich, fertile episode this has been in terms of, again, examples of control. Let's remember, this is all supposed to be about patience, indeed, cultivating patience. But the script writers clearly had a different agenda when they weren't coming up with hilarious lines about yoking or being yoked. They were coming up with a plot that very clearly reminded Jehovah's Witnesses who's in charge when it comes to people's love life. Ultimately, the religion gets to decide who you pursue a relationship or don't pursue a relationship with. But the writers clearly had to at least pretend that it was about patience or pay lip service to the concept of patience, which they did here.
But I could have been more patient. I reacted too quickly. I know you know what the right thing to do is. I should have given you more time to talk it out.
I know you know what the right thing to do is. I should have given you more time to talk it out. So there was absolutely nothing wrong with what Neeta said. It's just the timing that was off. She just said it too quickly. She was impatient in giving sound advice to Jade about what she should do with her love life. Isn't that interesting? They've somehow managed to make this about patience when really it's about something very, very different. And if you think about it, extremely chilling. And I really hope some of you watching this are watching it as people who've never been Jehovah's Witnesses before. You're just having a look through the shop window. You just fancy seeing what this goofy religion is all about. These people who bother you on a Saturday morning when you're enjoying your cornflakes. You get that knock on the door. You either ignore it and carry on eating your cornflakes, or you tell them to get lost. But deep down, maybe you're thinking, well, maybe there's something to this. I hope you're watching, because this is what this organization is all about. Neeta was right, apparently, to manipulate Jade, to scorn her for even entertaining the thought of getting back with her ex. She was right to do that. It's just the timing that was wrong. The right thing was to delete Ollie's number. And let's remember, when Ollie first approaches Jade in the coffee shop, he alludes to Jade being the one who ended their relationship. As I recall, back in the convention dramatizations, when we first meet Jade, you see her, I think, on the underground with Ollie. And then we learn in this latest episode that Jade ended her relationship with her boyfriend after encountering and starting a study with Jehovah's Witnesses. And then when Jade's talking to Ollie in the coffee shop, and Ollie expresses this desire to start studying, Jade says, well, I got a new phone. So let's put the pieces together, shall we? This organization, if you start studying and you're in a relationship with someone who is not a believer, this is an organization where you might be required to break off your relationship. You might be required to get a new phone so that people from your social circle can't reach out to you. You're blocking yourself off from your loved ones who know you and who might be concerned that you're getting into a cult. And the ones who do have the number to your new phone are your new friends who are conditionally friends with you, conditionally based on your continued interest and involvement with their religion. And then, if your ex happens to turn up at some future point, even if he says something like, I'm interested in joining your religion, the default position must be that you are suspicious, and that if your ex gives you their number, you are supposed to delete it. That's the right thing to do. That's the level of control. thank you, whoever wrote this, not just for the silly line about yoking, but for making it so clear, so crystal clear, that this organization expects to be involved in every step, every decision people take regarding their love lives.